Okay, what happens if you don't have a graph of a line, but it tells you that there are 2 points on a graph? Well, I guess you could take the time, but this says 18, you're at, if that's the X and that's the Y, well, you're over 18 and you're up 8. Well, I don't know what that would look like, but it might be difficult to draw that graph. And then on this one, there's your X, there's your Y. You're back 9 and then down 2. Well, if you don't have a graph handy, there is a formula method. And what the formula method tells you is you take the second Y. So let's say normally if you have a line that looks like this, well, this point is XY. I'm going to call that X1, Y1. This point is XY. So I'm going to call that X2, Y2. So if you want to know which one is the second Y, look at the X's. -9 comes before 18. So this is X2, Y2, X1, Y1. So look at what the formula says. If you take this second Y and you subtract Y1 and you divide that by, you take this second X and subtract, so the second X subtract the first X. Well, the first X is -9. And then let's see, well, 8 subtract 2 is 6. 18 subtract -9. Well, subtract a negative, when you remove something negative, it's like adding a positive. 18 plus 9 is 27. But what do we notice about 6 and 27? Well, 6 is the same thing as 2 times 3. 27 is the same thing as 9 times 3. Well, 3 divide 3, so that slope is, so M is equal, you're going to go up 2, that's the rise. So you're going up 2 because that's positive 2. You're going to go over 9. And I think that might be it for this. Yep. Well, I'll do this one more thing. Now, if we don't have the 2 points and we don't have a graph, oftentimes it might be in a formula. And this formula, notice how the M is here? That B right there represents where a line touches the y-axis. So if you know where a line touches the y-axis and you know the slope, so you know how far to go up, how far to go over to find your other point. Well, if you have 2 points, but look at, if we don't have those 2 points, if we have the B that tells us where it's going to touch the y-axis, and this slope tells us how far to go up and over, we can draw the line. So sometimes it will be in the formula. So look at what this says. The M, the slope, is attached to the letter X. So look at what we have here. Whoops, probably covered it up so you can't see it very well. -5/3 is attached to X, so that means you had to go down 5 over 3, but -5/3 is the slope. Yep, and I'm going to go ahead and stop that right now.